Hey everybody, we convene before you, you young gods, on the night of the flower moon, except that's this Saturday, but we don't care here at the Abbey. Hey everybody, I am Rick, I'm here tonight with Yoni, my producer extraordinaire. He's over on the left. Hey, that's his hand. And we're going to be playing, as usual, a little bit of Godhood, specifically the new content for our Flower Moon update. Godhood, as you no doubt know by now, is our brand new PC strategy god game in which you create your own religion. And we're just gonna start a new game, I think, as we do every stream. And we'll just check out all the new stuff that's in there. If at any point during the stream you are like, hey, what did that guy say? I missed it. Go check out either our community forums or our Kickstarter, and you can read the update that talks about all the new stuff in detail. I hope everybody's doing just fine today. And I hope you all are ready to take a look at the new god customization. Because Carmen has been hard at work creating new bits and pieces for you to customize your god with. It's still not like a huge amount, but it's a lot more than we had. Like whatever this thing is. I'm just gonna press the randomize button a couple of times. Let's see if we get something cool. That look cool. No, this this like armless bird creature that's blind is not gonna be my god, I think. No. This is a start. Alright. Let's make a god together. What is the chat thinking for our theme this month? Big bird. That's true, it is a big bird. Maybe we should make a big bird. Let me find the bird head. Here's the bird head. We can give him a cool hat. We have multiple hats now. I'm kind of a big fan of this one. There's some different arms, like beast arms, big sword. Tentacles, obviously. Fat bird. I kind of like fat bird. I also kind of like the chicken theme that Blackvision is talking about here. I think it's time that we build a chicken god. Now the question is going to be, what kind of arms do we want? Big sword? Burb god. Burb. I'm going to pick some chickeny colors. We need something red. No, this should be red. This should be red. It's a lot of red. I'm feeling pretty good about... Here we go.
Does he have very tiny legs?
He doesn't have any legs. He has just tiny, tiny legs. As any chicken should. Ari the armless. They are saying, multiple people are saying to make an armless chicken, which I think is pretty good.
With moth wings. With moth wings.
With moth wings. Yeah. I mean, we could also give him... There's sadly no chicken wings in the game just yet.
Wings.
That would be too delicious.
Buffalo wings.
We can also decide if it's going to be... if we are a goddess, a god, or neither. And what our style will be. Neutral, dark, or light. Dark chicken? Cluckers would be the followers, that's good. Our worshippers are called Cluckers. Our god is... keeping it a neater. Burb... Burb... How's this? How do you write Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A.
I don't know.
I like barbarian. Barbarian. That sounds good. I like that. Let's stick with barbarian. And our religion is called Berberism? The Cluckers worship Barbarian, god of Berberism, with a simple fervor. I think this is what we got. Poltra. Poltra's good, actually. Poltra. I like that. Okay, we got enough bird puns in there. Let's get started. So if you've seen the update that got out, well, that we launched an hour ago or something, we finished up a lot of work on the lust commandment. And I know that we played that commandment last time as well, but I think it would probably be best if we took a look at it for this stream as well, just to look at some of the new stuff that's there. So I'm gonna pick lust. We are a lusty chicken god. Oh man, we should have called her Barbarella. That's a Barbarella reference for all you B-movie lovers out there. Ooh, age. The age of dark. Yeah, I'll get into what ages are in a minute here. Let's click through the starting setup, because we've seen it before. Although, we can take a look at one new thing. Ollie over here is our very first Lust Priest. Hey handsome, he says. Lust Priests are a unique class for Lust religions. You see, we decided, while playing around with the commandments a bit, oh god, that we felt like in order to really get a feeling that your disciples are extolling the virtues that you bid them to, it would be best to, instead of putting like little extra abilities in the other classes, to just have a dedicated class for your commandment. What?
In the loading screen, your head is exactly positioned on the body of one of them.
Okay, that's really good. I did not see that. Sadly, maybe next loading screen we get. So yeah, because we are a lust religion, we have a unique class. In the end, every single commandment will get their own class. We are sort of taking classes on in a different way, where we've actually found a lot of workflow stuff for karma, that we can actually work out classes a lot quicker than we initially thought. So, the Lust Priest can like entice and flirt with your enemies in order to convert them to your religion, which is really neat because it introduces a unique new mechanic, attraction, where we can actually see some disciples are attracted to feminine or masculine disciples. Ollie, as you can see, goes both ways. Maybe, you know, fitting for a lust priest. While we're here, check this out. Oh, is it not playing?
No, you should click the button.
Oh, that's
the here button.
Oh, there's a button?
Right next to it.
Oh. Yeah, the WI isn't helping. Your disciples now have voices, which you can pitch, which is fun. I think Ollie has a deep voice. We also have some new, a bunch of new hairstyle options. I mean, this kind of fits the Ollie I know. Scraggly beard. Big, no, I like this. Big bushy eyebrows. That's Ollie, alright. So, yeah, the Lust Priest. I think it's probably best if we take a look at them in combat, actually sort of see how they work. But for now, I'm just gonna start playing the game, everybody, because there's a bunch of new stuff, and I haven't played the game in a little bit. As you can see, the map screen has been sort of reworked, and there's also a lot more of it. There's all these different places we can go to now. We are here in the middle, and currently available for conversion are these guideless, godless heathens over on the northeast, and to the southwest, some other guideless people. And the map screen now sort of functions a little bit almost like a tech tree in other games. Somewhat, it's like comparable, because by taking these nodes, by converting these tribes, we will unlock unique upgrades. Both these upgrades, as you can see from the symbol, allow our worshippers to construct a new building in our temple site. If we go to we've already seen these buildings before, but you know, it's got a nice new coat, and we have to honor it for that. Over here we can get our food building, which, if you remember our previous streams, will allow our disciples to gain miracles that increase their physical stats. And on the bottom left here we have a spiritual building that we can unlock, which will increase their mental and spiritual stats. Let's see what we're working with here. Ollie is spiritual. The Lust Priest main statistics are charisma and what is the other one called? Cunning. So going to the bottom left might be good. Montezuma, also spiritual, and Mary is a nature's child, also pretty spiritual altogether. So might be better if we start going over here. We also start with a couple little things in our village now. We have a place to collect resources. We can collect some offerings over here. And over here we can gain our first miracle, the storyteller miracle, which will give us charisma, which might be good for Ollie. But we need some more offerings if we want to actually get there. So, not enough offerings. So let's start off by grabbing some offerings. Oh, that's awesome. Because Mary is a nature's child, she is also collecting devotees whenever we send her on a collection task. So this is not only going to get us some offerings, but also some devotees. Offerings are used to perform miracles. So in a moment, when we get Ollie to go to the storyteller, it's going to cost us these offerings. And devotees are used to upgrade our different buildings in the holy site. So we might just upgrade our offering stockpile over here, so we can get even more of those good offerings down the line. I actually probably should have also inspired Ollie. Oh well. Hey, offerings, devotees. All good. We got 23 offerings now. Oh god, that's not enough. We need 25, we're so close. Alright. Everybody, let's get some offerings. It's better to have too many than too few, right? We probably want to have our other disciples also perform some miracles. Let's get them going there. The game now has an ending, which is really exciting and big. As you saw at the start, we are now in the Age of Dark, which is the first of 4 ages. And once all 4 ages are over, the game comes to an end. The Age of Myth ends, and your god ascends to the heavens while your people continue living on the earth. And it's your job to create a religion as big as you can in that time. We have enough offerings, but Ollie is still busy gathering. He's halfway there. So let's get Montezuma to increase his faith a little bit by converting some new worshippers. And let me know, by the way, Yoni, if there's any questions in the chat at any point. Cool. I'm just gonna keep playing here. Ooh, new weather effects. Look at that. It was foggy there for a minute. Alright, we have more than enough offerings. Let's get Ollie to tell some stories. Get the miracle myth. Should increase their charisma, which is good. Mary. Mary can do some stuff. What else is Mary gonna do? I think Mary could also have an increase in faith. Oh yeah, actually, this is new. Characters speak now. Like both in voices. Voice work is in the game now, but she also says, I wish I could learn about Barbarian for the first time. I know, Mary. The first time's always the best time. Oh, what's happening here? I know what's happening. Look at these people gathered at my square. It's time for the age, or the coming of age. We got that friggin' Hulk over here. He's quick. Gain +1 cunning per level. We might make him a beast walker or a lust priest. I like Nature's Child because it gives more devotees. So I have no way of gathering devotees just yet, so I think I'm gonna go with that. Here we have Koali and Nox, our 2 brand new disciples. Koali looks pretty rad, so I'm gonna leave him as is. But Nox needs a better look, I think. I like... What are we thinking? Curly hair, long hair? Curly hair. Big eyebrows. I'm just a big fan of big eyebrows, I think. Alright, Ollie's keeping going. So we can only have we can only have 3 disciples inspired at one time. So, Mary's already busy. Nox gathered extra devotees, so we're gonna get Nox to do another job.
We have one question.
Yeah, what's going on?
About the offering stockpile.
Yes. Ooh.
To get more offerings.
Yes.
Do you have to? Can you upgrade it?
Yes. We can use the devotees resource to upgrade the stockpile, I believe. And all of your different buildings in the temple site can be upgraded, at least somewhat. Let's take a look at that in a second. For now, let's look at Ollie, who is gaining a miracle. Wondrous myth. Ollie told an unbelievable story of how Barbarian is always watching us. Some skeptical followers disbelieved his story. Then Ollie cried out to the heavens for Barbarian to send a sign. Like that, a cloud shaped into the symbol of Poltra. Chicken cloud. The skeptics were blown away and cowered in shame. I am always there, says Barbarian, which is what his voice sounds like, or their voice sounds like. Let's take a look. So yeah, the offerings gathering task can be upgraded with 50 devotees to produce an additional 5 offerings. The administration 1 upgrade should be cool, but we're nowhere near the amount of devotees we would need. So I think it's time we send out a mission. Yeah, I'm gonna go over here like I said before. We can actually now also inspect the challenges that are there without having to sort of like go into fight mode like in the previous build. So over here we're gonna fight a Songsmith and a Beastwalker. We can handle a Songsmith. Gonna send in Ollie, Montezuma, and Mary is currently converting people. And Nox is also on a job, so I'm gonna send Koali along while they continue to do their thing. Okay. So, because we are a lust religion, we get a unique new mechanic that only lust religions get, which is attraction. These disciples are, there's 2 male ones and 1 feminine disciple. And Ollie will do a tremendous amount of damage using his flirt abilities with enemy disciples that are attracted to him. We are sort of developing this right now, but as it works in this current build, you are gonna try and match Ollie up with enemy disciples that we think might be attracted to them. So this lady might be a little bit of a better chance that they are attracted, although could also totally not be the case. We'll just have to see. Ollie the Heart Melter. Yeah, so that's really fun. The Lust Priest is really good at messing with other people's minds. Like you can see, the Heart Melter adds the infatuated debuff on all targets and also adds a clouded thought to their mind. Ollie is so attractive and so seductive that the enemy disciples will just be too hot and bothered to compete, let's say. Alright, I don't have, let's get started. Koali, chillin'. Walena. And our team goes first. Koali. And Montezuma. Ooh. Damn. Yeah, there you go. That did a lot. So as you can see, those little hearts coming out of the godless there, who is infatuated beyond means. She was indeed attracted by Ollie's wiles. Hey, handsome. And was so like infatuated with him that she couldn't act out her turn, which worked out really well for us. Koali and Montezuma, as we know, are just the ordinary acolytes, so they're not too exciting just yet. But if we get them in enough sacraments, maybe we can level them up and get them to get some cool classes. After converting the canopy of the calm, the disciples returned different. They had a thirst for spirituality that they wanted to share with all clockers. Ollie praised to Barbarian on how a humble follower could get closer to them. It is then that Barbarian came to Ollie. So, what do we think, chat? Meditation or prayer? How do our followers get closer to us? Prayer or meditation? Pray to the Barbarian. Meditate, says P-Stocks. The next one is gonna decide what I click. Pray, prayers. Alright, I'm clicking pray. Pray to Barbarian every day. The answer was wise in its simplicity. Prayer is the obvious path to divine guidance. Oh. There they are. So my little worshippers will start building our little prayer site over here. And in the meantime, let's see. Mary can keep collecting offerings and devotees at the same time. I have one more to inspire, so maybe Ollie can actually go over here. We can see if we can get his faith up a little bit, because as you can see, currently his faith is very neutral, 0 out of 100. And if you remember, the higher a disciple's faith, the better they will perform their tasks that we inspired them to do here. Construction's going really fast. There's a little prayer site. Now let's see what we can do. It's another place for us to get a miracle. The prayer miracle increases our devotion, which is a defensive stat against enemy spiritual or morale attacks. So we can start thinking about who we want that, who we want to give that to. We do have like enough offerings to get another miracle in. I could get one of my acolytes to learn a miracle. Let's take a look at their talents and see if I can come up with a clever strategy. Lots of knowledge and health. Sounds like a good druid waiting to happen. Charisma is not super useful for Nox in that case. Maybe Montezuma already has a little bit of charisma. I think Montezuma can gain the storyteller myth. Ah, that's too bad. That'll be okay. Alright, all 3 of our disciples are inspired. Let's take a look at them converting. Kuali got some extra clockers for us. Good job, Kuali. I'm gonna inspire Nox to go collect some more offerings. And devotees. We'll slowly work up to having 50, which might allow us to upgrade one of our buildings. Ollie wants to go do a sacrament. We might have to do one pretty soon here. We've got 3 people that are free right now. I think it's time. Let's go do another sacrament for Ollie here. Over here we can gain some extra religion HP, which is our HP during the sacrament, which would be super useful. And it also leads us to a relic, a common relic, which can be found over here. And relics are a big new feature of Godhood that we introduced with this update. Relics, you see, are like powerful religious trinkets that our disciples can sort of bless with their power and energy. And depending on our disciples' like power and the classes that they have, they can produce different relics. I'll explain when we get there. So let's start working our way over there. Get some extra God HP while we're working our way over there. Ollie really wanted to go on a sacrament. Sending along Mary and Kuali. I could send one more in case we have to do 3 encounters in a row. So there is a chance that either Mary or Kuali might end up a little rough after a single encounter. But I don't want to interrupt Montezuma's miracle work and Nox's offering gathering. Wow, that's a mouthful of words. Offering gathering. Let's see. Just some basic godless condemners. Yeah. Ollie... I think Ollie's okay where he is at. Let's try it out. Let's see how this goes. Hey, no hands. Our team goes first. Who goes first is determined by your your cunning, and Ollie has cunning to spare, being a lust prophet or a lust disciple. No, a lust priest. Went through all the religious words there. I think we got this, honestly. So Ollie has found a target, so to say, someone that is just. There we go. Very charming, Ollie.
Broke her with love.
I broke them with love. I enticed them into following my dark chicken god. Alright. Next up. Yeah, this looks about the same. Ollie goes over here.
Why?
Well, I want to set him up against a well, what I hope is going to be a disciple that is attracted to them. I'm going to assume this this feminine disciple here is attracted. We are probably just going to show in that screen what what am I missing? Yeah, Koali is just throwing it down.
Yeah.
Try to stay focused. Dance battle over here. Yeah, we're probably just going to be showing in that screen which disciples are attracted to which, so you don't have to, you know, guess and hope that you are correct in your assumptions. In this case, we were. As we can see, this goddess over here is attracted to Ollie and has gained the infatuated buff. Or debuff. Mary. So nervous. Nervous 2 battles in a row. Yeah, I'm not worried about this. We're doing okay. A little bit tougher than the previous fight, though. Mary. Really pulling their weight. And we should be seeing Mary and Koali leveling up right now. Oh, yeah, by the way, I think this entire UI is new. I just kind of clicked past it in the previous encounters. But yeah, we have a fancy new, like, End of Sacrament UI, including a little bit of, like, depending on what commandment you dedicate the sacrament to, it looks a little bit different, which is cool. Koali, the quick and cunning Koali. We need to pick a class. We could pick a lust priest, because they are also fairly reliant on cunning, but I'm sort of thinking of going for a songsmith or a beast walker, primarily because the lust priest has the nature as their primary element, and also some life spells, and that's what we can use to target enemies' weaknesses. So it's probably better to diversify a little bit. The beast walker is also primarily nature, so I'm thinking a songsmith, because they primarily have life abilities and are also very reliant on the cunning stat. In addition, they can also do some healing songs. It's not very Hulk-like Koali, but it'll have to do. Plus 20 religion HP if the songsmith participates is one passive ability we could pick. Or reduce the hit chance penalty on all area of effect abilities, which were introduced in the previous build we did last month. What are we thinking, gang? This is pretty good. More religion HP, but Koali is going to be throwing out a lot of area of attack abilities. Awesome class is awesome. It's true. The songsmith. I'm going to pick this. Can't lose if you can't get hit. That's true. And Mary, nature's child, +2 knowledge, +2 health. So Mary, being a nature's child, sounds like a perfect druid who require health. That or a weaver with that knowledge bonus. Druids are like hardy, good against, good to defend. And it would be nice to have a defender, actually. I think with our songsmith and our lust priest, we might be putting out quite a bit of damage already. I don't know. Unless someone in chat says Weaver. And Strail says Weaver. Alright, I gotta go with chat on this one, I think. Yeah, Mary looks okay. Oh yeah, and I'm kind of missing eyebrows. There we go. Weaver it is. Got some Weaver fans in chat. Yeah, Weavers get a passive ability, Punish the Feeble, follow up when an enemy performs a clouded action. So, the Weaver can debuff the enemies and sort of instill these clouded actions in their mind. And if the enemy then takes it, like when they are very confused by the Weaver's weird spells, if the enemy performs that action, the Weaver gets to take a bonus attack, which is really cool. Yeah, so for example, Doom here places Dazed on the mind of the opponent for 1 turn, and Dazed is a clouded thought. So, it's really cool. Let's see, Ollie. Oh, we only have big masculine disciples in this here sacrament. So Ollie is gonna have to pull out all the stops to try and seduce them. Let's see what happens. They also have more God HP than we do, so I hope this will turn out okay. Koali and Mary still have some damage from the previous encounter, so I'm not. I could have not done this, but I think we might pull through. Song of Praise heals our religion HP, but hey, handsome, not attracted. Poor Ollie. I hope he can deal with the rejection. The Feeble are doomed. There we go. Because the Godless took a nervous action, which is a dazed action, Mary gets to interrupt and perform their cool The Feeble are doomed attack.
And that only works when somebody's nervous on the other side.
Yes, exactly, yeah. So Mary like really... there we go. That Godless is dazed, which Mary cast on them the previous turn, so she gets to do a bonus attack. So Mary, sadly broken, but really... Yeah, I think Mary got us the win here. Good job, Mary. You, in chat, you were right. The Weaver is pretty friggin' cool. The Pagan Smite swords are enticed. Ollie is almost level up. We got some nice celebration music to go with this UI as well. There's a bunch of new music in the game, which we might hear some more of it during this stream.
It was already there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Okay, let's point it out. We got 10 clockers, plus 5 religion HP, and some score, if you remember. Our goal, sort of, if you're a hardcore strategist like I am, your goal is to gather as much score in this playthrough as possible. Mary's broken for now, that's too bad. Is this music new?
No, so the music was already there, but we
Oh.
just never hooked it up.
Oh, yeah, that's true, that's true. We got this cool temporary particle effect going on, showing us that these two places can be upgraded with the amount of devotees that we've gathered, or that the 2 disciples that are left at home to gather have managed to collect. We had
one more question. We had
Oh, yeah,
one
sure.
more question about those offerings.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me get back to it. Just if there was a maximum of 5.
Currently,
5 offerings per period, or just 5 in total?
oh, this?
Yeah.
Collect 5 offerings. I'm pretty sure that it adds it to your random. So I think it becomes 15 to 20.
Okay,
But
yeah,
we could
so
also upgrade it in a little bit and see.
Per job, then. Per job done.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So that would make it so that we can get offerings a lot quicker, and also, because offerings are used to gain new miracles, we could like pump our disciples full of miracles, and currently only 2 disciples have a miracle, so that would be good. Oh wait, did I interrupt? Oh no, wait, Montezuma is almost done getting their first miracle. I could also upgrade the miracle myth to give a knowledge bonus, which would be good for knowledge classes, such as our new Weaver, Mary. Over here, we can pray for strength. The prayer miracle can be enhanced with extra might. We don't have any might-dependent classes in our entourage right now, so we might not pick that just yet. The game also has a bunch of new little animations and behaviors going on, so you'll see them gathering corn, it's cute. Should I upgrade one of my miracles, or should I hold off until I can get more offerings and then get a bunch more miracles in one go? I think I might do that. Sadly, Mary, who is really good at gathering devotees, is
It's
broken.
also good to mention, so there is an end to the game, right? But that also means that the time has become a bit more
It's true.
of a pressing issue.
Yeah, time is more of a pressing issue right now. We still don't want the game to be like, like an episode of 24. We do want you to be able to relax while you play the game. But there is an end to the game, and you are trying to sort of, if that's what you're going for, to optimize your religion, to sort of convert the most followers and grow to be the biggest, bestest religion, take over the most of the map, defeat all these enemy gods over here, like the Ancestrals or Kolo Cobb, and just get a bunch of score that way. Which means that, the decisions we're making here, like I'm wondering, like, should I spend my resources now or wait a little bit longer? That waiting time is going to cut into, well, I mean, depending on what decisions we make, it could get us more or less score, depending on how many sacraments we can win with our optimized disciples. I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna just gather devotees. Kuali wants to be in a sacrament. Ollie is ecstatically happy. Can't gain another miracle though, so I'm just gonna have them gather offerings. If you remember, the higher the faith of your disciple, the better they perform. So sending Ollie to gather offerings should allow them to actually do it a lot quicker than other disciples. Which is cool, because we want a lot of offerings. Montezuma is doing their miracle. Minor miracle. Montezuma told an unbelievable story of how Barbarian was responsible for all the good things around. Some skeptical followers disbelieved his story. Montezuma showed them a sign in the sand that proved how Barbarian touched this ground. Some were impressed by this holy sign, but the skeptics still weren't convinced. They do not see my truth. Aww. Poor Montezuma, trying his best, but he only got a minor miracle, which only gives +2 charisma. If you remember, Ollie got a major miracle, which gave him not only +2 charisma, but also cunning and knowledge. The cunning bonus was really useful, considering that they are a lust priest. I kind of am thinking about doing another sacrament, but maybe I'll wait until Ollie is done before I do so. So I'm just gonna let the timer go. All right, some more offerings. I'm gonna go on a sacrament. Let's see what we can get over here. Wow, perfect. It's almost like I played this game before and had some knowledge of the map. Looking at you, people that are like optimizing your builds and everything. Over here we have the devotee folklore, which will allow our disciples to build a new building in the temple site that allows us to collect devotees. And if you'll remember, we could use those in order to upgrade our other buildings. It also gives us 50 score and some cluckers. Cluckers, or worshippers, if you remember, allow our god level to increase. When we reach 100, we are currently at 65. Our god level will increase, and that will allow us to sort of define our religion further, which is also really cool and gives us even more bonuses. These challenges should be a little bit more difficult, so let's see how we fare. Kuali is going. I'm going to... Well, Mary can't go, because Mary is still recovering from being devastated in the previous combat. And Nox is currently gathering offerings, so they can stay home. Let's square off against some rage prophets. Let's hope that Ollie can find themselves a victim here. Montezuma isn't anything special just yet, but maybe they can gain enough level to level up here. Try to stay focused. Righteous flirt. Hey, handsome. Yes, there we go. That's perfect. Kuwali's song did not impress the Rage Prophet. Oh, Montezuma evaded. So, just now, it happened fairly quickly. We're still gonna drive a little bit more attention to it. But the Godless over here, who is a Rage Prophet, used an ability and hit Kuwali. Kuwali is a life-type disciple, because they are a songsmith. the Rage Prophet is an ancestral type disciple. And as you play more of the game, you sort of start figuring out which elements are weak or strong to which other elements. Ancestral is particularly effective against life. So because the Rage Prophet attacked Koali, they did a bunch more damage. All these level up, that's cool. Montezuma. We can pick a class for Montezuma, who is spiritual, knowledge, charisma, devotion. So we have some options. We already gave him extra charisma, so probably we want to pick something that makes use of that. We could go for another Weaver, or...
Oh, now he's getting a type, right?
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
right now we are... Actually, we might be able to show off the Chieftain. So both the... in this build, both the Weaver and the Chieftain went through a big iteration round by Adrian. So they have, you know, what do you call that? Sort of overhauled abilities and mechanics. So let's try out the Chieftain. The Chieftain is a powerful leader. They use rally abilities to motivate and buff your disciples, but can also strike with their totem. They can attack after a rally ability to set the example. So the rally abilities are sort of like, he calls out, and every time that he does one, he gets to also do a physical attack. So, pretty cool. Leader's Charge. Follow up whenever the Chieftain uses a rally attack. So we now have our first physical attacker, which could be good against certain enemy disciples that aren't so hot on physical defense. So over here, this is pretty neat. We have a godless Beastwalker, who is nature type, which is weak versus dark. And sadly we don't have our Weaver, Mary, with us. She's at home, but if we did, we could, you know, slot her in, and she'd be able to do a lot of damage against this Beastwalker. Now let's see how Montezuma does as a Chieftain. That's more like it. Obviously we go first because of Ollie. Here comes the Shout ability by Montezuma, which is an AoE ability. And then because he hits, he gets to also do a melee attack. If he had missed them all, I believe he would not have been able to do so, but... Wow, yeah, they are sadly outgunned and outperformed. That's not a word. There we go. Ollie is definitely my MVP these last couple of battles. Because Ollie leveled up, it's not feedbacked super well yet, he has gained a new miracle slot, so when we get back to the village, we can teach them a new miracle, which increases their stats and levels them up. We have an ancestral. Resists life. That's not great because we have a songsmith who uses life abilities. Weak versus divine, which we don't have, so nothing going there. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's see how we do. Team goes first. Shout, big hit, and another melee strike. And Montezuma is A-okay in my book. They also did some big hits though. It's a good thing that their last prophet was nervous. Yeah. We enticed them with our totem strikes. Hey, you know, I would be enticed by a big totem strike to the head. Cool. We got 10 clockers, some score, and the numerous savages from the lawless lands bowed down in awe of Barbarian. However, disciples saw that they were restless. Ollie came forward and rallied them. Barbarians sparkled a fire in their savage hearts and they became devotees. This blessing inspired the disciples. Sermons must be held to turn followers into devotees. They would be the foundation on which Poltra can grow. So, if you remember, those devotees can be used to upgrade our different places. Oh, snap. Look what we have over here that I completely missed. It's a little herder. So we actually have a miracle that we can make use of, which increases health. That would be good for a druid, but we don't have one of those just yet. It might be good for Montezuma as well, because he's a big, beefy melee class. Mary is back in the fray, so that's good. She can go gather some more devotees while she heals up the rest of her spirit bar. Yeah, maybe Montezuma already has a miracle, so maybe I can give one to Kuwali. Kuwali, who relies mostly on their cunning. Do I have a good miracle for Kuwali? Mainly increases morale defense with devotion. Could be okay. Charisma. Yeah, uses some charisma. Oh, these abilities actually skill off charisma. Simple Song and Song of Praise. So maybe sending Kuwali over to the Storyteller wouldn't be a terrible idea. Get some more charisma in you, Kuwali. And what's cool is those upgrades to the Storyteller, which make the storytelling miracles better, or gives them more stat bonuses, work backwards. So if we choose to upgrade that later, not only Kuwali, who is becoming a storyteller, but also Ollie and Montezuma, who have both performed this miracle, will also get that benefit. So that's really neat and useful. Nox, gather more devotees. My current plan is still to gather enough devotees. Hopefully... Oh, hey, there we go, with that thing. Ah, we know this one. Yeah. An unbelievable story of how Barbarian was responsible for all the good things around. And Kuwali showed them something from nature that confirmed his story. It had the mark of Poltra on it. No, we haven't seen this one before. It's got a nice little leaf. The skeptics were blown away by this big leaf. As you can see, this leaf looks just like a chicken wing. Clearly, our chicken god must be the truth of the universe. Over here, our disciples can collect 5 to 10 devotees, so I'm just going to go ahead and send someone to get that done.
We have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Those relics you talked about earlier.
Yeah, we're going to go get one.
How and when?
How and when? So, relics are scattered around the world map. It's this little question mark over here. Here's a common relic. Over here we've got a rare relic to be created. Down here is another common one. Here's an uncommon one. So they're scattered around. And I think it's about time we start showing one of them off. So how about we work up to getting enough devotees to perform that upgrade. And then we'll go see about getting us some relic. No animation for this one just yet, but this villager sure is freaking out about Montezuma and Ollie just holding up their weapons like that. Yeah. Oh. Time isn't going. Nox. Nox can get a double whammy of devotees here, so that seems a-okay. Alright. Let's look around our little holy site. Got some people telling stories to each other around the campfire. Wow, a little crowd is gathered. Not sure what they're doing, but they sure are gathering. So yeah, as you can see, we're currently on day 7 of year 3. I believe every age, we're currently in the first age, lasts, what, like 5 years or something? We'll probably get there during the stream. I don't even remember. Hey, 62 devotees! Let's do it. Let's upgrade this place to get more offerings. Boom. Oh, haha, I was wrong. It's just a flat bonus of 5 offerings. That's great. Actually, I wasn't wrong. That's exactly how that works. It's effectively 15 to 20 now. Nice. I think we can leave Nox behind and we can go on a mission to get ourselves... we can go over this way or that way. this way leads us to the Ancestrals. Let's do that. The Unclaimed Hill. We can bless a common relic if we win this. We have 3 disciples praying for sacrament. Sadly, Nox, I'm not gonna... Pick me! Sure, Montezuma, we will pick you. Mary comes too. We can send along Kuali in case he is needed. His healing abilities. Oh, this is nothing. There we go. Actually, I'm gonna leave Ollie back because all 3 of these are masculine disciples, and there is a bigger chance that they are unattracted to Ollie than there is a chance that they are attracted to Ollie. So I'm gonna put in Kuali instead. I think we'll do A-okay. My eyes are right here. Oh, lots of rebuking going on. These enemy disciples are actually pretty, like, good against my morale attacks.
Also against your physical attacks.
Oh yeah, that's true. So Mary, man, Mary's a badass because 2 nervous results were rolled. She gets to do a feeble strike on both of them. Song of Praise is going to heal my religion HP a little bit. And there we go. The Pagan Brawlers have been enticed. Let's move right along to our next encounter, shall we? Again, all men. I will leave Ollie out of this one. This should also give us well, we should be getting close to getting enough followers to level up. And by leveling up, we are going to unlock a bunch of new cool stuff for the Lust religion, which is new to the build, so I hope I can show that off. Oh man, we've almost been going for an hour. Maybe I'll use some cheats. Very good, Mary. Looking up some cheats. Man, Mary is getting hit a lot though. I really wish we had some defenders because, like, as you could see, she was almost all the way out again. And having her being broken all the time is not good for business. Let's pick a new passive for Kuali, an extra move if your religion HP is above 50% after your first turn. Can only slot song abilities, or critical... Did I just say slot? Never mind. Or, it is a Lust religion. Or critical performance. Follow up when an ally scores a critical hit. Can only slot performance abilities. Let's do the critical hit one. Because we used the other one last game.
So we're still waiting for those relics?
Yeah, we're gonna get a relic if we beat this ancestral rage prophet over here. Resists life. And since Kuali has only life abilities, I'm gonna leave him out of this one. Also, yeah, weak versus divine. We don't have a divine class. We haven't picked that. We could have. Picked a what they called the smite sword, which is uses divine abilities. So another thing that's super interesting, what the map that the map is starting to show off now. It's not quite big enough to really make it, you know, get there all the way, but going into different directions on the map leads you to run into different religions. And the different religions also have sort of different makeups. So you can sort of... Oh, again, there goes Mary. I said we need a defender. You can actually sort of think about, like, okay, if I'm going to the south, which is where that nature religion is located, I'm probably gonna want to bring or like build a team of disciples that are powerful against nature. And we are going north right now. I forget what the Ancestrals have. Oh yeah, obviously they have ancestral abilities. So yeah, we're gonna run into a lot of like rage prophets. And we are going to bless a relic. So, new mechanic, relic blessing. Whenever you bless a relic, we get to decide which of our disciples, gets to do it. I shall bring back a holy item for barbarians, says Ollie. And Ollie has been with us the longest, so we could pick them. If we did, they would bless a nature relic. We have a 90% chance of getting a common relic, and a 10% chance of getting an uncommon relic. I think we should probably pick either Kuali or Ollie, because they are life and nature, and lust religions work a little bit better with life and nature. Who do we think, chat? Kuali or Ollie? Yeah, everybody wants to be picked. Kuali, Ollie. Okay, the next the next vote's gonna decide here. Kuali. All right, Kuali it is. You're in. My big beautiful Hulk. There he goes. Oh. Ta-da! No sound effects. It's a blessed choker. This is a disciple bonus, so Kuali will now wear this blessed choker. And while he does so, he will collect 2 to 5 cluckers anytime that we inspire him to do a collection ritual. The age of dawning is upon us.
That's also a new mechanic.
Yeah, the second out of 4 ages. And which means that we're about a quarter into our game of Godhood.
And there's some new music.
Hey, yes. Listen. The different ages bring with them an entirely new soundtrack, or at least a bunch of different new songs that play in your Holy Temple site. Which is pretty dang neat, Yoni. Yeah. What was I thinking of doing again? I have a bunch of offerings. So it seems to me like I should be just sending everybody to learn a bunch of miracles. Cunning and charisma would be good for Kuali. Charisma at the storyteller might be okay. I will send Kuali over to the storyteller. Maybe they will get a great result this time. Let's hope for the best. Ollie could use another... What are we going to teach Ollie though? Ollie's already really friggin' powerful. Maybe some more like morale defense over at the prayer place over here. Or some health. So health is the stat used for resisting physical abilities. Or we could just go all in on charisma. Let's see, their abilities scale off charisma, so maybe we should just kind of do that. Let's try it. And while we're at it, I'm thinking my next goal will be gathering 50 devotees so I can get the +1 charisma bonus, so that everybody that has that gets even more charisma. We are pretty close to getting enough followers here. So Kuali, oh no, Kuali's getting that. I'm gonna get Montezuma to collect some more worshippers. And can I upgrade that as well? No, I can't. Pretty soon we will level our god level, and we will unlock some cool new lust things. Ah, this is a good one for Ollie again. There was a sign, a cloud shaped in the symbol of Poltra, which I'm pretty sure is another, yeah, that's another like wondrous miracle. That's really good. Ollie's stats are through the roof. Their only low stats are might and health, so physical stuff might be a little bit dangerous for Ollie. No, wait for that. Let's gather some more devotees. Mary, you're good at gathering devotees. Go do the dang thing. Oh, I got a great result too. So she's gonna do it rather quickly. Some more extra cluckers. Let's get some more cluckers. We are 90 out of 100. So close. Got a good result there for Nox. That's great. Ooh, very blue all of a sudden. Hey, there we go. Koali also managed to get a wondrous myth result, which means they get a bunch more charisma. I'm happy for them. Koali is, because of this blessed choker, is good at gathering cluckers. So I'm gonna send them on a collection task to get some cluckers. And devotees while they're at it. Or maybe just cluckers. Lots of cluckers.
Is there something important that we haven't touched yet in the lust command?
Yes, there is.
What is it?
We're so close. What we're going to be showing off is our very first god power. Yes, yeah. In this new god power mechanic, you get to use your godly influence to do some really cool stuff. Stuff that is generally like a bit sort of bigger and more impressive than some of the inspiration we're doing here. Although the inspiration will also get its own little visual overhaul pretty soon to look a little bit more divine, let's say. There we go, we leveled up.
Whoa.
God level 2. There we are, we're so small. Tiny burb. Look at him. Look at this little fat burby, I love him. Oh, this is great. As cluckers flocked, Polter grew into a spiritual circle. We have a new resource, Ecstasy, with a nice temporary icon, which is a lust resource, lust-only resource. And the Temple of Lust, which gives the, well, that's bad flavor text, does not give the War Priest miracle, it gives the Lust Priest miracle. So they're going to start building the Temple of Lust. Next day, I believe.
And what can we use that ecstasy for?
That ecstasy is the thing that's going to be powering our lusty god powers.
Ah, okay.
I know. And the Lust Shrine that we will be constructing over here is also the main place that we can gather ecstasy. Oh yeah, I was thinking about getting some more. So now that Montezuma is a chieftain, still charisma bonuses on these, but the melee hit is might. And over here I can't upgrade this to also give might, so maybe I'll send Montezuma over here, get some devotion, and down the line give them some might as well, to make sure those physical hits that Montezuma does land a little bit harder. Guardian Angels asks, so how many things do you actually control? Just the disciples and miracles and such. Which, yes, that's true. We want this game to feel primarily about sort of indirectly controlling your little religion, where the disciples are sort of the primary way through which you shape your religion. Your little worshippers will build out, as you can see over here, they will sort of build out your holy site as you level up your religion. But through influencing our disciples, do we sort of, that's how we get the most done in our religion. If this is one of the first streams you are watching, thanks for joining, welcome. But in some of the earlier streams, although they are older builds, we do go into a little bit more detail on how this like whole inspiration thing works. Maybe you can check those out. As Montezuma was calling out the name of God when Barbarian finally answered. That's a bad sentence, we'll get there. Barbarian acknowledged Montezuma's devotion and blessed him and his family. Rejoice, for I look after you. That's the miracle blessing. So Montezuma got that, which gives them +2 devotion, which is neat. And I have a bunch of this. I could make it so that we can, even more devotees for 75. That would be good. I'm so close too. Oh, I'm bad at this. Some people want a sacrament. Maybe we should go do a sacrament. These 3 people aren't busy right now.
How are we going to get those god powers?
So, Yoni asked, how will you get those god powers? We unlock it the moment that this thing finishes construction. So,
Oh, okay.
I'll...
It just takes time.
Yes, I'll just do that. I got distracted again. There it is. The Lust Shrine. Lust Shrine. Let's wait for our disciples to finish their little tasks. So, we now gain our first god power down here, the Festival of Lust. Inspire a disciple to organize the Festival of Lust. The selected disciple will perform a miracle that will improve cunning and charisma, but other things might happen too. What sort of other things might happen? Who knows? We'll need 25 Mystica and 10 Ecstasy to perform it. Which we don't have Mystica just yet, and there is another building on the map that we can unlock. I think it might be... Where was it again? Is it over here? I don't remember. I would have to explore and find another way to get Mystica. But for now, dear listeners and watchers and viewers, I will press a secret cheat button. But for real, we are going to be ending the stream fairly soon. So I'm just going to cheat a little bit and show off some fun stuff. Let's do it. I'm going to press this debug button that says give a lot of resources. Bam.
Wow.
We have 1,000 ecstasy. We are drowning in ecstasy. The Festival of Lust. Click it. So, our godly power is manifesting itself in the world as a sort of pollen-like substance spreads itself around the holy site. And we get to pick one disciple to perform the Festival of Lust. Who should it be? Maybe Ollie. I mean, Ollie is our Lust Priest after all. I'm gonna select Ollie. The next effect you're going to see is temporary, but it gets the point across. Ollie, you are chosen!
Whoa!
He does it. A-okay, so be it. There Ollie goes. And here come the masses. They are ready to party. They are stopping their jobs, laying down their tools, and they're gonna dance. Just gonna cheat a little bit. We're just gonna cheat a little bit, add some more men. Yeah, the more, like, the bigger your religion gets, obviously the more worshippers are gonna be running around. So for the next 8 days, I believe, or like a couple of days, Ollie is going to be holding a cool party here. We're gonna be making music and dancing and drinking booze. It's gonna be so much fun. Just chilling. Let's see what happens when we get to the end of that, shall we? Oh yeah, I'm like, I should get more devotees, and then I realized I have 1,000 of them. Let's go wild, chat. Let's get all the upgrades. Let's watch our little festival happening. Saving. We might be nearing the end of this age soon. Hey, it's time for another one of these bad boys. Who are those nice folk? Carrying their little staffs. New acolytes, of course. Also, the little lust outfit is back. So, because we are a lust religion, our disciples will, our little worshippers will start wearing cool little outfits. We got a faithful character, devotion, knowledge, and charisma. Very good. And a physical character with might and health. And I'm thinking we could actually use a physical attacker in our little lineup, so that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. In fact, Ayo. Yahe. Why don't we send Coco over here to get some health bonuses? Oh, we can also upgrade this as well. This is neat. So, I'll get to that in a second. Let's do things in order, shall we? The Festival of Lust will soon be finished. And we get a little miracle. I should note, by the way, that the miracles that are performed right now, this is kind of a debug UI way to show them, because it's obviously going to be a lot more shiny and like, wow, you got a new miracle. Festival of Lust. The Festival of Lust was full of pleasure and tenderness. At some point, Ollie was so possessed by the lustful spirit of Barbarian that one after another was left impressed by his unearthly vigor and ecstatic touching. As the festival ended, and most went home satisfied, the miraculous performance... Oh, okay, that's so weird. The miraculous performance of Ollie. Sure, a wondrous deed, indeed. This adds ecstasy permanently, and the ecstatic performance to this disciple. Sweet. Well then, says Chet, yeah. Hey, you know, if you wanna play a lust god, you gotta roll as a lust god, is what I say. Meanwhile, the herder did a miracle as well, Coco. Coco found the herders distraught. A few of their flock were missing for days. Coco prayed to Barbarian, who commanded Coco to go into the forest. When Coco returned, a whole new flock full of younglings was following her. Barbarian truly has chosen Coco to do great things. Coco, my shepherd, my guide. That's a lot more wholesome than miracle. But yeah, when the Festival of Lust concludes, there's also some other things that can happen. I'm not gonna spoil them, but I did allude to them multiple times in our updates. A disease might spread through your settlement, let's put it like that. Which is really fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun, yeah.
The ecstatic performance, I think it's hilarious. The ecstatic performance gives charisma and cunning, which is really good for Ollie, and we can upgrade that further to give even more charisma and cunning. Let's do it. Boom, boom, boom. Ollie, look at their stats. So much cunning, so much charisma. Let's see. I can do this too. I'm just gonna cheat again, guys. I'm gonna give myself a bunch of followers and level up again. And now that I'm God level 3, I get to pick a tenet for my religion. These icons are temporary. So, what is right? We can pick one aspect of lust that to our religion is especially important. Should it be fertility, pleasure, or passion? Do we want our worshippers to chase their passion with all their might? Or, you know, are worshippers lustful because fertility and spreading through the world is really important to them? Lust plus fertility, says Guardian Angel. Passion. Got multiple people saying passion. Passion it is. And because we picked passion as a tenet, I did this in one previous stream, but let's do it again. We get to now make our little passion dedication statue.
Sword of passion.
The sword of passion. That sounds like a friggin' some kind of album that I'm into. I'm not sure what the genre is yet, but sword of passion. The tentacle of passion. I don't know if I want to go with that. A heart makes sense. It does. The heart of passion. Maybe I can give it like a cool chicken-themed name as well. How about the tenderloin? It's both passionate and chicken-themed. Well, you know, meat-themed. The tenderloin. Inspire the tenderloin. And now that we have that, we over here we have...
We should have went with spicy chicken.
The spicy chicken. Yeah, we got real spicy there in that festival we just threw. We can now click this big dedication button. Click to dedicate, and we can now dedicate different buildings around the holy sites to the tenderloin, which will give it whatever miracle is in that district, +2 charisma and +1 devotion gain. So, because we picked passion, and this is like different per tenet, passion gives charisma and devotion, but like, I don't know one off the top of my head, but pleasure might give like cunning or something. So let's dedicate that. And as we can see now, we've got a nice big heart statue. And we only have a couple of statues now, but you know, if you followed along on the Kickstarter, we're going to be making a bunch of other statues. Over here, at the prayer site, we could even do that as well. They're also going to be praying to the tenderloin. That's neat. And we can just sort of like, yeah, create a little holy site this way. Let me see, is there anything I missed? I mean, there's those relics. Those are cool. Yeah. I mean, I could just give myself another relic. I mean, now that we're cheating anyway.
One.
Let's get a rare relic, you guys. We have a big stack of folks now. Who do we think, chat? Who should bless our rare relic that I got by playing super well? Ollie again? Montezuma? Mary? Oh no, Kuali did it last time. Maybe Ollie should get a chance this time. Because we got a rare relic this time, there's a 100% chance that it's a rare relic, which is great. Mary. I like Mary. Mary has been sort of like my MVP, honestly. Taking all the big hits, going down like 4 times or whatever. Choose Mary to bless a relic. It's gonna be a dark relic, so that's cool. There it goes. There she goes, blessing it. Bing. Mary's Fog Trinket. Punish the Feeble. Follow up. Wow, that's awesome. So, the game is a sort of generational game. Mary at some point will grow old and, you know, stop being a disciple, retire essentially. And when she does, I'm still going to have Mary's Fog Trinket with me forever, for the rest of my game. So, I could give Mary's Fog Trinket, which instills the Punish the Feeble ability, which if you remember, that is Mary's like unique Weaver ability, that whenever an enemy disciple uses like a nervous ability or a confused ability, that disciple then gets to hit them. So, usually only the Weaver has that ability, but we could give that to anyone now with this special relic that Mary made us. Yeah, Black Vision says brokenly OP. Heck yeah. So, I mean, that's neat, right? We could just give it to someone else right now. So, there's 3 different types of relics. There are equipable relics, which is Mary's Fog Trinket here. These are equipped by a disciple. There are also ritual relics, which, let me see if I have a place that can hold one. I don't know that I do. Yeah, for instance, over here, the Storyteller. I could, if I had a ritual relic, I could put that in the Storyteller ritual, and it would help whoever is there, like, tell their stories, and in turn it would also give them certain benefits if they perform the storytelling myth miracle. So those are ritual, you put them in buildings. And lastly, there's also religious relics, which you don't equip them or slot them anywhere. Instead, they just have a passive effect that benefits your entire religion. And we can keep track of our relics over here in this little relic screen. So we can see we have the Blessed Choker and the rare Fog Trinket currently equipped by Mary. But you know, in order to unbind these relics, it does cost Mystica. So that's another place to use Mystica, is if you want to sort of like reconsider your strategy and think about how you want your relics to, where you want your relics to be, it costs a little bit. So I mean, we could give Mary's Fog Trinket to, say, Ollie. And that means that now, every time that, an enemy uses a clouded action, Ollie can jump in there and use their flirtation on them. So that's a pretty cool combo, hopefully. I guess it depends if the person that got clouded is attracted to Ollie or not. So it's a big risk. You know, it's neat. What a kinky religion, says Guardian Angels. I prefer to call it creative. Let's see, is there anything else that we can show off tonight? Or are we... Yeah, there's a bunch of new... I mean... Yeah, the main thing is like... Yeah, look at this. Look at this damn mess. We've only done like a little bit of this map, and we're only like a quarter into the ages available to us. There's more relics to gather. There's more buildings to collect.
What's all the way on the top? There's this big exclamation.
Yeah, that's our current quest. That's sort of like one of our goals. If we get that, we get a bunch of score, which, if you remember, score is how we, sort of. Actually, maybe I could get to the end of the game. Is there an easy way to do that? So I can just show off what the end of the game looks like right now.
Skip time.
Yeah, that's gonna take a little bit though. I mean, I've done it before. It does take a little bit. Just clicking this button, skipping time. you know, I hope that the people in chat have access to our beta. If you do, please check it out. We would love your feedback. And you can find our community forums where we have a little channel for beta testers. Try it out, like try and break the game, find cool combos, explore the map, see all the new stuff that's in Godhood, because frankly it's a bit too much to look at in stream, just the amount of content. There's a bunch of buildings we haven't gone to yet. We're also working on god actions for the other commandments, so the war gods can call for a war raid, and I'm excited to show that off next stream. Peaceful gods can call for like a sort of diplomatic envoy. So all kinds of neat stuff. I'm just gonna go through my notes, see if there's anything that I missed other than just, you know, there being a boatload of content now. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for another full moon Godhood stream. The flower moon this time. Be sure to look to the sky on next Saturday and look at the flower moon and remember Godhood. And get excited about next month's full moon update. If you saw the just the update that went out today, we're going to take a break doing weekly updates for a bit. Just because we are so busy developing the game and preparing for those takes a little bit of time. So look forward to next month. Look forward to the next full moon, the strawberry moon, which is a dumb name for a moon, but I didn't invent those. It should have probably been called the chicken moon or something. Where we're going to be showing off a bunch more Godhood content, rebalancing, new mechanics, and just generally making this game even cooler and neater and bigger. June 19th will be the next full moon update that we do. We're gonna be streaming again. Hope to see you then. Like and subscribe. I just wanted to say that. I'm a streamer now. Yeah, thank you all so much for checking in. For Yoni, for me, Rick, and for Abbey Games, this was Godhood. See you next time.